Jak się masz? Today we are still on Dartmoor. However, we are in a different place. This time is one of not many forests that exist on Dartmoor. Fernworthy forest, and it's pretty much located where the Fernworthy reservoir is, and we are going to see around here few structures that are also, there is a number of them all around the Dartmoor. They connected to the old human activity, and they are all different kind of stone circles, stone rows, tallmens, menhirs perhaps as well, whatever you wanna call it. But yeah, the structures that clearly indicate there were some people in the area long time ago before us, and perhaps it is connected to their beliefs, all those structures they used to put. You can see the classic needle tree forest. That's not a pines, I forgot what's that. Anyway, as everything else on the Dartmoor, they also nicely overgrown by the moss, so they got sort of like a nice thick green trunks. Those trees looks absolutely amazing, like from the fable or horror movie, if you hear in a late evening. Oh, believe me, I can smell that nice foresty smell. I do know from Poland. We are still not in between the trees. We carry on a road that's been cleared for a cruise, cutting the trees. Look at the trees. Some of them are quite massive ones. So here we are on a spot. As you can see, it's a little meadow. I wonder, in old times, was it also a meadow, or was it a cleared area? I mean, or was it a forest area with the thick forest hiding whatever rituals were going on here? Some of them, those stone circles, I mean, they're not like significant, you know, they on the map, you can see them, and then you arrive on a spot and they nothing special. Obviously that's not a Stonehenge, but here we are. The stone circle, Fernworthy stone circle, if I could remember. This one is called, exactly like the forest. Yes, exactly. Fernworthy stone circle. We are right after that all snow melted from the from last snowfall. Therefore it is quite wet in here. I don't know if we will be able to go significantly far into the forest for that reason. You can literally see how water squirts with each step from underneath my shoes. By the look of it, yeah, that's about as far as we can go. You can clearly see that even moss grows here, just moss, not even a grass, so that must be properly saturated majority of the year. Okay, that was the first fern-worthy stone circle that is located at the top of the forest. Now we're gonna move to another location where there is a row of stones that is called Assicum stone row. We'll see how that thing looks like. If you would like to experience how it is inside the Dartmoor forest, we are just now inside of the forest, and yeah, it's quite thick, dark. I can see some forestry jobs going on here. They cut quite a lot of tiny sort of like a Christmas trees. Yeah, it has a really, I mean, it makes really big impression on you walking those forests, and everything is in a lush green. Even in the winter right now, still those mosses are nice and vibrant green. It just looks beautiful. Every now and then I can see some footpaths and the hoofs, prints of hoofs in a soil. I can imagine we're not supposed to expect the sheep in here, so that must be that must be the deer or roe deer. Here we are at the edge of the Fernworthy Reservoir. As you can see, it has a quite nice access straight into the water. Unlike the Meldon, with the steep walls preventing you to go all the way down to the water line, it's smaller, though, a bit smaller than Meldon Reservoir. almost like a mangrove swamps in here. Alright, let's not forget, it's a beautiful place. I mean, you really just wanna stay in here and just watch. It's absolutely quiet and calm. There is not many people. I encountered only 3 more cars when I arrived at the car park at the beginning. So yeah, it's absolutely quiet in here. No towns around, any kind of noise. And it's beautiful, you can really forget yourself. But we want to see that stone row. So let's carry on and we'll see how this one looks like. We are getting deeper into the forest, beautiful forest. Looks like all that snow melted and went down in a form of streams. So we are actually in a pretty good time, because if we come here day before, we could not make it simply because of the amount of water going down those hills. Look at this. That really is unique and beautiful. That place truly is, just makes impression. And how quiet it is. It's just amazing. All I can hear right now is pretty much the water going in the streams. Look at that. Wow. All the way up there. Let's go. We're just approaching the remnants of the latest blizzard. I guess some of the trees didn't make it due to the wind and the weight of the snow. There is several trees being uprooted. I already passed. Look at that. Looks like the roots are not actually getting like super deep in those trees. They just rely on each other for a support pretty much. We are not far right now, not very far from the stone row, and yeah, I'm quite interested. Will that be a big stone row in a style of Stonehenge, or just a small stone row we'll see everything once we're in place. For now I just love to be in a forest. We're coming out of the forest, a little meadow and a crossroad actually, and from there stones technically should be already visible. So we are at the spot, and yeah, it's definitely not a Stonehenge. But yes, clearly it's a stone row going down the hill, some kind. As you can hear, there is a lot of forestry work going on around, and I think we may have a stone circle as well right next to it. Yeah, the stone row goes like here, and then we got the tiny stone circle. It's a beautiful forest. It reminds me Poland so much. That is amazing. So that is a stone row, precisely. Assicum stone row. Origins unknown, or at least unknown to me right now, but we will definitely check with Uncle Google what was it about, and if it has some ancient origins or it's just modern work. I just couldn't stop myself from getting into that forest itself and walk a little bit inside the forest, not on the road. It is so beautiful. It actually reminds me the movie I was just watching yesterday in order to refresh myself some old classic. I wonder if you are able to recognize from the music which movie I'm talking about. Music and the scenery counts. We are back from the stone row and now we're going to see another stone circle and the tor that is located right next to that stone circle. I mean, the experience of that forest was absolutely beautiful. Like I said, it brings back the memories from Poland. Absolutely love it. I think that will definitely be one of the places I have to visit on my e-bike in the summer. And then we can just explore it in all directions, or at least I can. I don't know how much I will be able to record from the bike trip. Alright, I will see you on our next location, which will be pretty much the Round Pound ancient settlement. Okay, here we are, not far from Fernworthy Forest. Fernworthy Forest is just on the other side of that hill. We are in Round Pound, what is believed to be ancient settlement site. I can see the ponies were here quite a lot. They just made the footpath muddy. Okay, so yes, here we are. As in many cases with those stone circles, it's just a bunch of stones arranged in a circle, and this is a circle within a circle as well. And yeah, I leave up to you to judge for yourself. Is it really something ancient, or is it just a bunch of stones with the story made up for it? It's not the classic circle, stone circle, like that stone row with the stones just sticking up. This is sort of like a wall built of the boulders stuck one on the top of another, and then within that we do have another circle. Access is bit bit wet, and as you can see, yeah, I mean, obviously the circle itself couldn't be a settlement, because that must be a settlement for a one family. So yeah, we're probably talking about, if believe the settlement theory, we're probably talking about this whole area. Okay, let's see on the Tor, because not far from here we got a Tor, one of the Tors, and that may be the last point of our trip today. I don't know yet. We'll see what's the time. And we got another batch of Exmoor ponies. Dartmoor, I'm sorry, Dartmoor ponies. Although they slightly bigger than the ones we met on a Yestor. 3, 4 different colors. Beautiful they are. Because you are beautiful. Show yourself. Present yourself. Insignificantly looking pile of rocks from the road. As you approach it, happens to be quite a door, a piece of door. It's called the Chagford Tor. Yes, it's called the Chagford. Which still doesn't prevent that my mic does not prevent obviously it doesn't come the voice of the wind. From the other side looks even quite high, and yeah, that is the Tor that I will remember for a long time. And I will tell you, once I'm at the top, I will tell you why. It. Oh. We are right at the outskirts of National Park area. That's that wind is just a killer. It's just a killer, and the Chagford Tor is exactly the place when last time I was telling you about on my winter video. Last time my drone decided to go AWOL, and I lifted up and it just started drifting in this direction. Before I managed to seat it, a emergency seating on the ground is already almost 100 meters away from me. Then obviously the whole procedure of finding a drone, etc, etc, that was not nice experience, I have to say. And yeah, I did shit myself a little bit. That would be the second drone within half a year. But luckily nothing bad happened. And as you can see, today also down that hill, whatsoever, it just blast. I'll show you, because you can see the third ward from here, and the forest was also nice and quiet. There was no wind up there, and here it is already too strong for a drone again. I think I'm not gonna try today. Alright, let's go back and we will try to go to our last location today, which is pretty much halfway between this place and the high tour. Alright, we're just climbing our last location today, which is called the Grimspound. And look at that amazing water just dripping all over that place. I mean, this is all from the snow that melted Friday night and night between Friday and Saturday, and it's still going down in a multiple cascades all over everywhere. It is quite interesting experience to walk through leisurely through the stream of the water going down. And we are on our way to the last circle we're gonna see today. That is called Grimspound. Alright, we're just entering the Grimspound area. According to the historians, Grimspound was a Bronze Age settlement, and yeah, that one is way bigger than the round pound. Look at that. So we got the circular wall coming all around. Obviously it's a bit damaged now. It must be a proper wall at some point, and also it's quite a big one. Within the boundaries you can see what supposed to be the remnants of the houses, around houses. Can we assume that was the size of the house? Quite a small, I would say. Just a, not even a proper bedroom. But since archaeologists claim this is a settlement, let's say it is. Oh, that looks a bit bigger. That seems to have even like 2 chambers, possibly. That even looks like it got sort of like a porch, perhaps, providing a cover from snow. And yeah, just a space for a little family, nothing else. But yeah, with sort of like defense walls. Here we got the entry gate, I guess. Look at the view of surrounding area. There is a tor nearby. So the Grimspound is not located at the very top. Which makes me actually wonder, was it really a settlement? Because a logic would say that you put the settlement at the very top of a hill, since it serves the purpose of being inaccessible as much as possible. Then it is logical, like in a case of middle-aged castles, to put it at the very top, like for example where that tor is. So at least invaders, when they arrive to invade you, at least they be tired from climbing up the hill. But maybe I'm wrong, maybe the situation in that time was completely different, so this is actually located not at the very top, but it's sort of like at the top of the hill. Maybe there were other tribes and other settlements those people try to shelter from, that's why it's on the side of the hill. I don't know, I guess we will have to search a little bit history on Uncle Google. But yeah, that seems to be the one with the porch, that seems to be right in the center of the village. I wonder what were the conditions in here originally, because that seems to be right inside of that. It seems to be right now like a little bog, hence that kind of thick grass that grows all around the moors here in the boggy areas, in areas that are most of the time wet. Let me see what can we see from that tor, and that will be really for sure last point of our trip today. Okay, we are approaching the top of the Hookney Tor. Hookney, not Hockey. Looks a little bit like a walls of some castle or something. You're gonna see for yourself in a second. It is like a ruins of a castle, almost, with a little bit of imagination you employ when you look into it. Well, you can judge it for yourself. It's probably the Tor with the smallest rocks I've seen so far, and indeed they do look like scattered castle walls. I mean, some of them, obviously, not all of them. Look at that, for example. This is not the end of it, by the look. Oh yeah, that rock. Okay, so this just, it's not like a separate Tor on its own hill. That seems to be like the very first of the more or less connected rows of Tors. See, it's not a big dip in here on the way. People still live somewhere there on the farm. I mean, and I can see somebody got probably in next to the road, which is a beautiful base to go anywhere on the moors in this area. And this is probably, if I'm not mistaken, because that's where we came from, that is a fernwort forest. You can see another example how strong winds can be here. It just literally blasted the horse poo away. So yeah, I mean, that is a rain and very, very strong wind. That's their job. So yeah, I wasn't really joking when I told you that you have to be really careful on the moors here, because the weather can change immediately, and it really makes a big difference between what's down there and what's up here. That can end up very badly. If you look at my video, my winter video from the Dartmoor, funny enough, that very day I went, the night before, somebody managed to drive a van up the Tor, and it was still okay and drivable. When the snow came, they were equipped with everything. They could stay a night. However, they decided to call the rescue, and the rescue couldn't reach them in a Land Rover because snow drifts were up to here, up to above the knees. So there were almost like 1 meter snow drifts up there. I didn't get there all the way up there to see it, but yeah. And yeah, basically people properly equipped, they said they could stay a night. The problem would be really if that conditions stay there for a week. Then they obviously haven't been prepped for this long time to stay in there. Not being funny, but I got a feeling right now I'm walking on the same pavement that Bronze Age cavemen, can you call them cavemen? I don't remember if they still cavemen or not yet. Anyway, looks like this is the same footpath they were walking from the Grimspound, from their settlement up to the Tor, which could be possibly like a viewpoint to see what's going on in surrounding area. I don't know if I'm right, but yeah, at least it looks like a footpath that's been put there for some reason. We are going down now, and that's pretty much it for today. I hope you enjoy that trip. It is amazing place, Dartmoor. I mean, still coastline for me is the very top spot for filming. However, Dartmoor gives the different possibilities, so I can already say that Dartmoor will be my summer destination to come and visit on my e-bike. In that case, I can visit more places in one go, and also that will be a perfect time to make some aerial footage, which I'm unable to do right now, obviously because of the windy condition and yeah, the recent event that happened with my drone on the other tour. For now, that's it. I'm carefully navigating that stream footpath, as you can see. That's it for today. I hope you enjoy it. I definitely did. And yes, I will see you on another exploration. High five!